Hi ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another stream highlight video. Again, I want to get good at doing these, but that's exactly why I'm sadly going to have to inform you once again that we are working with bad material to a degree. I think we had a blast on stream, always do for me at least, on my end. But I will say that the music is goddamn atrocious the same while, because again, I didn't normalize it and mess with it good enough whilst we were streaming, so you'll have to forgive me, but it is going to be a bit janky. But yes, hopefully in the future, in the next part, if I do this again, which I do plan to, it will be more palatable and less blaringly loud, and when I'm talking, it'll just be this weird electronic nonsense. I found some better playlists as well, so it would be much more attuned with my music I actually listen to more consistently, which is more just chill hip-hop, calm, serenity, kind of chill step shit. But regardless, ladies and gentlemen, onward and upward. Hopefully you enjoy. Also, for those of you guys who stop by stream, I always appreciate you, and this is also just like a little homage to you as well. Bye. And what's good, guys? Hello. Hiya, Freddy. Hiya, Carthage. Good to see both y'all. Yes, I didn't forget to turn on the mic. Okay, good. I had to use the washroom real quick, and I was like, this is the perfect time to use the starting thing, right? Regardless, how are your guys' days going, guys? By the way, we're gonna have an extra chill time because I'm drinking some samurai matcha tea, whatever it is. Puts me in a real zen state, and I just feel like a cloud. It's a weird thing, but there's actually chemical properties that make that happen because it's high in caffeine and high in some sort of other chemical thing that relaxes the mind. Super weird. Anyways, also, it's so weird because it has like basically no taste, but my body is still like, this is good for us. We want this. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, same thing we did last time. Oh, someone dropped a stun gun / just tried to kill me because yeah, that's definitely what that is. But ladies and gentlemen, we also got robbed to shit. So let's go over here and say, yep, bad time. Carthage says, hi Freddy. Also Carthage says, I won't be able to stay for the beginning of the stream. I'm playing D&D and it will be ending soon. Got it, Carthage. Thank you so much for even stopping on by. Yeah. Also, look, that person was just making mistakes coming after my, like that's you gotta pace yourself a little bit coming at my defense with that. At least have like one Kamaz. So it's like an arm's length for people who are trying to grief me and whatnot. But yeah. Also, we need to drop all of these shrooms that we're collecting. And them snow caps, eat them. And eat them once again. Freeman, what's good? Freeman says, hi. Hello, Freeman. Also, Freddy says, so Grin, you playing, you going for the yo-yo, huh? Yes, I am, my friend. And it's just been a nightmare to me. I'm trying. I'm hoping. With just so much love and yes. But no, we have not got it yet. It's been 2 resets, and I've optimized myself, I think, for the most gain, which means I'm in platinum middle point. Yeah, platinum 200, give or take, because that will give us the most gold bags. I think gold have a higher chance of giving you maybe the blueprint than silver, but probably not. Probably just random RNG nonsense, but still. In store. Guys, has anybody, this is like I'm sure none of you have, but maybe, has anyone watched, or is a fan of like the Psyche K Netflix anime series? Just wondering. Because I just finished watching the like, it's called Reawakening. And man, I don't know what kind of hell that show must be in to warrant its weirdo like dub sub contract licensing. Like it must be just in licensing hell. Because yeah, it's just weird that they decided to make like a whole new one, but it has an entirely different cast, and maybe the dub or maybe the sub or Japanese dialogue is the same. It's I don't know. I got the yo-yo and it shreds. Yeah, okay, at least that's good. That's hope at the end of the trail. You know, hopefully it's effective, the thing I'm grinding for. Although, yeah, things can be sad and take ages, so who knows. I mean, in retrospect, we should be able to shred with the yo-yo because we have a lot of the things that we kind of need, which I think you need critical hit stuff because it attacks so quickly, right? So you'd probably want some good critical hit. The only thing that's curious is, does it scale off of strength or dexterity? Or maybe both. I have no idea. Let's go to the 11th floor and pick up some mushrooms. Webica says, hi, I need advice on floor 40. I die on floor 43, and now I need to pay an arm and a leg to get your fighter back. Yeah. It's not good. You don't want to die up topside. It's brutal thing. What weapons are you using? Also, at this point, before you get into like not quite Tengaku, but more or less Tengaku, you should grind the shit out of the 27th, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's the 27th floor, just to get materials, just so you can level up your gear to a high enough point. Because that's honestly the battle. As soon as you get past floor 23, it becomes a heavy game of just level up a gear all the way up, but then they kind of neutralize it a little bit, because sometimes it will ask for a red metal, which is a whole tier above your armor that you're leveling up currently, so it kind of negates you. Although there are certain quests that they're running where, like, if you kill Max Sharp, you get 1 DoD red, so you can kind of chip away at it. So there's stuff like that to get around the kind of shittiness of it all. But yes, the game is kind of scaled, at least it seems like, in that way, to kind of halt you at a certain point. But yes, as soon as you get past the 27th or the 23rd floor, the game just becomes a big game of grind your gear all the way up to mastery. And it never kind of stops, which is something why you should look up videos on how to be the most effective at it. I made a couple. Damn it. God damn it. But yeah. First says, so Grin, since you use the Kamas more often, why don't you go for Iron Eagle Helm RE? Because Freddy, my friend, I don't want to accept what I've become. Okay, I don't want to succumb to the demons that I have made deals with. Okay, don't judge me. It's a whole thing. All right, I still, in my heart of hearts, am a melee user, but I don't want to accept it. But the Kamasa is so strong. But yeah, I have some pretty good, I think, helmets. What was the one we were leveling up a while ago that was like pretty decent in terms of? Oh right, I think it was Trev's glasses that give you a shit ton of dexterity and health, maybe one of those things. Also, I don't know how. Yeah, I feel like with helmets and maybe even with armor, like weakness, it's good to a certain point. So if you have, like, for instance, well, I can't show you guys, but we have, like, generally we're neutral to most things. And we're like super negative to guns. We've had some armors, their armor sets that we're wearing where we're just super weak to guns. And I don't really see the tremendous difference unless you're using like Forceman gear like Red Napalm's, who's hella resistant to guns. In that case, you will see a bonus, but it's only like when it gets past like weakness level 15, like plus 15 to sharp or to whatever. But if you have plus 5 to sharp, I don't really think it happens. Like, it's not even worth it at that point. Or at least that's my perception. Again, I could be dead ass wrong. So that's just the way I see it and the numbers and all that. Also, Hades, what's good, Hades? Hades says hi. Hello. On a side note, ladies and gentlemen, I recently, last night I gave myself a haircut because it was time. But over the last couple like days, I was like, shit. I was seeing like there's like old videos of me with like shorter hair up top side, and I was like, that looked not the worst. But so like in my head I was like, okay, well we should go back to like the kind of shorter up top look, not like so much hair up here. What do you call it? I was worried because it's one of those moments where maybe you see like an old image of yourself, and you're like, oh wow, I look kind of okay in this instance, in terms of like hairstyle or whatever. But then you're like, oh wait. But what if that was just a good day? what if this like my hair right now is the worst it could possibly look, but that was the best that could look, and then your scaling's way off. Needless to say, I cut my hair real short up top today or yesterday, and I'm just like, is it shitty? Should I go back? I don't know, because it took a long time to grow the top part enough to where I could do something with it. This is not a man conversation, I don't think, but I want to have it nevertheless. What's good, Death Jockey? Death Jockey popping in saying hi, Grin. Death Jockey, what is the most exciting thing that's happened in your life right now? Like, not like out of your entire life, but like recently. What's some like dope ass shit that's happened? Anything. I'm just curious, because my life's real boring. So I just need anything. Also, I wasted items on Jackal weapons, and now, I see. That sucks, man. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Jackal weapons, they're no bueno until you get to Tengaku and you kill them. That's when they become okay again. But yeah, that's a whole, like if you were playing the entire course to Let It Die, Jackal weapons were trash really fast. But yes, no, I think right now your problem is that you need to find a weapon that you like, but also the upper floors like Tengaku are specifically made to break you. I think is 40. 40 to 50. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So you're in like Tengeku land, so you're getting hard locked, like you're gated in, so you have to progress to 50, or like 47 or something, because there's another floor range. Regardless, yeah. At this point, I think you just need to find a weapon that works against the Kamos's. Kamos versus Kamos, pretty decent combo as long as you keep distance. But you just need to grind one weapon to a high enough point to where you can deal damage, because all the people you're going to be fighting up top side are going to have tons of armor. They're also almost always going to have a pretty decent decals as well as guns. Kamos's, bows and arrows, all these weapons that are just kind of inherently really insane to dodge. Yee. I thought it just skimmed me at the last minute. I'm gonna get full of poison. There we go. I didn't want to. Please tell me I don't get full of poison. We didn't. Nice. If you kill it before it infects you, like, so if it's dead and I walk into the acid cloud, is it gone? Like, theoretically in the game's scheme of things, I don't know. Says, do you ever stop talking? No, I don't. I like to chat with my community, because if I did want to not talk, or like have a conversation with people, I probably would just stick to YouTube and make a silent video of me doing 1,000 things. But the main reason why I'm here is to spend time with my lovely community. So that's of course what I'm gonna do. Freddy says, I respect that. A melee player for life. Yeah, man. I wish it was like. Again, well, they have been like releasing a few, like, again, the flail is a good example of like this thing has hella reach, so you can kind of fuck with the Kamos a little bit. And the yo-yo, I'm not sure if the yo-yo can quite, because I don't think it fires quickly, which you need a weapon that can fire quickly, because the Kamos could just roll out of the way really fast. So you need a weapon that attacks quickly, but also hopefully does just some shred of damage, the smallest shred. Death Jackal says, I beat the Jackals and got the sword. Oh, that's not good. Which ones? Like the Tengeku ones? Because that's not bad. The Tengeku ones, I think, are mean. But aren't the Jackals in Tengeku also like I think you still have to level, like, I think the Jackal weapons in general are the hardest to level up even still. Like, they ask for like so many materials. Maybe they're rivaled by the other like the other Tengeku weapons, which is like the hockey stick that's on fire. And it's like, by the way, you need every resource that exists. Die. And it's like, oh, okay. Jeez. Also, what's good, Casper? Casper says, good morning, everyone. It is 6 p.m. right now for me. Okay. Were you sleeping the whole day? Hot damn. Freeman says, why are you hunting mushrooms? Because we got a quest that can give us 10 golden bags, and those 10 golden bags have a chance, smallest chance of giving us a blueprint. So I'm hopeful that maybe we get something. Also, I should check if this thing resets. I don't think it does. I think it's a seasonal quest, so it won't like reset on reset day. If it does, that's a nightmare. Anyway, Freeman says, yeah, I'm farming Kamos for floor 41 and 50. Smart man. It's effective. You gotta play dirty sometimes on the same playing field as the other monsters that are fighting you and all that. Ooh, Wolfbuster, what's good? Wolfbuster says, sorry, every time I see someone I've seen before, I'm like, Anyway, Wolfbuster says, is the yo-yo is strong? It is? Okay, cool. Good. I was hoping it is. So it's something that's worth farming for. But guys, I feel like the same shit is gonna happen. That happened with my fan, with like the shuriken or whatever it's called, the fan weapon, is gonna happen to me now. Or like I'm spending I want it so badly. I know it's pretty tough and strong. I want it, and then it's just gonna take 2 weeks of me grinding for me to be like, you know what? That's all I had. That's all the soul I had for you, game. And then I'm just gonna finally drop, and I'd be like, you know what? I have no energy to grind this up to anything. And then I hate myself. This game does this to me. Okay? Why? Freeman says it's 1 a.m. for me. Oh, hot damn. Well, thank you for stopping by, Freeman, but consider sleep. Although I do appreciate you being here, but just your health is important to me as well. Yeah. Wolfbuster says, I used it in the TDM versus rank 100 people. The rage move, it does a ton of damage. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I think it is different than the Jackal rage move. I think the Jackal rage move is still where like you like fling it around yourself and you're basically like a ball of death, but every time it impacts, it still counts as durability ticks. So it really just destroys the durability of the weapon. But with that being said, I think the Jackal Tengeku thing is already like Forceman durability level shit, so I think it'll be fine. But with this one, I do think we still have to worry about, well, at least until we get it to +5, about the durability problems. But here it's not like that. I think the one thing that they did change about this yo-yo is that it actually has like a, what is it, like you walk the dog and you just impact heavily on it? I don't know. I can't wait to play with it. Also, no one's dropped me yet, so I'm just, again, hoping that I get the blueprint, so at least I can make the bronze trash one just to showcase it. But you know, guys, what happens? What would be crazy? I'm having a stroke. What would you guys do if this weirdo thing came into reality, where whenever you killed something, it dropped a mushroom? Would you guys not be a little bit intrigued to know what your mushroom would be? I feel like mine would probably be like a second life. Would be a lot of you. Just a beacon of loveliness. Me, I feel like I'd be the rat shroom. Just give you a little bit more rage, a little bit more oomph. Casper says I'm. Oh, hello. Jeez. Chizar, was that what it was? I don't know what your name was. Casper says it is 8 p.m. for me, but still morning, if that makes sense. Oh, do you work night shift or something? I don't understand. Sounds like some voodoo shit going on over there with time. Turns out, fucking Casper, a time traveler. Who'd have thought? A ghost to boot. Just this weird entity that's just all the time. We know, like goddamn, what's it called? It's like a Christmas movie. We're playing charades. It's a Christmas movie. There's an old man. He what do you call it? He's a bad guy, and he meets three ghosts, and they I forget what the name is. He meets fucking shit. I can't think of the name. Oh, guys, please. The Christmas Carol? No, it's something. Is that what it's called? I don't think that's what it's called. Lastrus Gaming says, been years since I played. What tips can you give for a returning player? I made a guide that is better than I could ever be because it's contained in it, and it gives you, I think it's the idiom's guide to the Tower of Barbs, but it's 1 to 10 to 20 to 30, all those things. But and it covers like what new players will actually be up against, because if you watch Let's Plays like my own on the game and whatnot, they're like, I played the game when it first came out, and the way you level up and all that stuff is just a super sketchy time. But essentially, I mean, I think the biggest key point of information that I could give anybody is your goal is to make it to the 27th floor, because when you make it to the 27th floor, you have no excuse why your gear shouldn't just be leveled up to high hell. And I go into that video explaining things more, but that's one thing. The other thing is like I don't know where you're at. If you could tell me what like floor range you're at, I could give you appropriate advice. But if it's a combat thing, or like you're new to the game and you don't remember how the combat works, a lot of the things you should do is so you're back to an enemy and then a nudge forward a little bit as he attacks, and then go in for your attack as a counterplay, because when enemy sees your back, they'll be incredibly aggressive and you can just walk away from their attack and then counter hit with a hit. So yeah, that's how most combat goes as far as fair combat, not Kamas level shit. But anyways, yeah. Christmas Carol, I think that's what they rebranded it as, but I thought it's one of those weird ones where I remember the guy as the name of the thing, but I'm sure it's not the case. Scrooge, that's it. Scrooge is that goddamn thing. Maybe that's not the name, but that's what I associate with the property, Scrooge. So yeah, it's the Scrooge movie. Shit. Christ. Anyways, also that, yeah, it was dropped from a dead person. That counts. Boom. It stops becoming, at least my experience, stops becoming about skill and like timing, and it's just more about brute force, level up your gear, because you're not able to deal enough damage anymore at that point, in my experience. Some people may be like, I am a fucking tank and I did it easily, and I'm like, good for you, my dude. Good for you. Gaspa says, let it farm sim 2020. Because they're just picking up mushrooms. Yeah, it makes sense. Fluff says, mushroom civilization simulator 2020. Jesus Christ. Freeman says, farm drive XXX. That's okay. The XXX puts a weird thing over it. Beastie says, hello Beastie, good to see you as always. Hopefully you're having a fine day. Casper says, mushroom farmer. Oh, I feel like that'd be a real chill thing, because mushrooms they're not gonna fight you when you pull them out of the ground. They're usually pretty soft and amazing. Casper says, I don't want to get out of bed. Don't get out of bed. You just fucking lay there, calm down. Well, you gotta go to work, right? You gotta have a shower, wake yourself up. Don't be a mess. Be a functioning, responsible adult. See, you gotta pick a day. You gotta be an adult for a lot of the days of the week, all right? But then you gotta pick a day just to be a degenerate slug mess of a human being, just to get it out of your system. Then, for me, it's like watching anime and being a degenerate. So yeah, and then I'm back to trying to be a a well thought out person who handles his responsibilities properly and most of the time fails, but still. Also, Carthage popping back in saying, I'm back. I have to drive home though, so I will be chatty. You won't be chatting. Good, Carthage. Please do not crash. Please do. Why do you guys always... I mean, I appreciate you if I'm just off in the corner eating up your data. Data. Or whatever your thing is. I don't know. I don't know. But, hot damn. Appreciate you guys. But I'm planning on exercising again today. And I guys might be like, well, Grin, just because I know so much about you or whatever. I'm not creeped out at all. What do you call it? I'm exercising today. And I guess I'm like, well, Grin, you don't exercise on Saturday. Saturday and Sunday are your relax days. Well, because I want to make a video on exercise stuff. I have this theory about like burning calories, and I want to test these two exercises in conjunction to being like the optimal amount to burn calories. We will see. But basically, it has me having one less recovery day, which I've always been curious to see how much that contributes. So maybe Monday will come around, and I'll just be a husk, lifting weights, feeling like I'm a zombie. Or maybe I'll be fine, and I'll be like, dude, I can squeeze in one more day of exercise and just break my muscle apart. Although sleep is important, recovery is important, but the dopamine hit to your brain, dude, so good. Anyway. I was looking into the new Kakarot game. It's like the Dragon Ball Z game. It looks pretty alright. Why can't you lock onto this? Now he's gonna go into the ground. Oh, that's why. I hate the lock-on system with a passion in this. I'm like dead-eye looking at the fucking, what do you call it, monster or beast or whatever. And the game's like, no, I don't think you want to do that. I'm looking at him right now, actually. If this thing hits me, it doesn't matter. The game's like, nope, no, die. And I'm like, you know what, game? Why am I in this relationship with you? This is just negative as shit. There's Borderlands over there. There's Monster Hunter over there. There's fucking Destiny in my past. Okay, god damn it. I always make this joke, but it is true. This game is not what anyone should strive for relationships. Okay. Ooh, that's actually pretty dope. We should eat that really quick before I forget about it and drop it. Cause yes. Damn it, eat it. There we go. Oh, I mean that's kind of like the game, isn't it? To a certain degree, it's like you're just trying to just scratch at gods until you finally roll the mushroom stew that gives you the thing that would give you great power that is of your affinity, which is kind of interesting because some people could be like for me, I love the flail. There's not that many decals that really jack up the flail's damage. I think there's a good bit, especially with the whole Trev event, that jacked up machetes power to a pretty crazy degree, although they're kind of a hard weapon to hit with. So I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But anyway, Ken says, you're such a sweetheart. And why? Why am I a sweetheart? How dare you? How dare you judge me right now? What'd I say? I did nothing. Ken says, it will always try to lock onto enemies if there are any alive. Yes, but I'm looking at the beast. So why is the game prioritizing this stupid enemy? I'm looking at the beast. It's like when... Oh, I don't know. If you were ever like to actually jump into a video game, like be pulled into a video game, fucking anime style isekai nonsense, you would hate it because all of it's like Oh, I'm gonna die. We're fine. We dodged a bullet. But it'd all be tied to the shitty mechanics of that, which is not something that many shows have done, which I think would be a pretty solid like comedic thing. Like the idea of someone being like, oh, hey, we're in this weird FPS game or third-person game. Why am I looking at the back of my head all the time? This is super jarring. I want to vomit. I have nausea. Oh, God. It just turns into a nightmare. I feel like it would get old real fast, but like a good one-off joke, maybe. And then they fix it somehow. I think that was kind of in Slime Rancher. Or not Slime Rancher, sorry. Reincarnated as a slime. That one is a bit of that, which is nice. Wolfbuster says, why no use the Medusa head? At least you can waste ammo and revive it with this snowman shroom. Because it's kind of what do you call it? It to me, I'm at the point where like I don't care if I just drop $100,000. It's not that bad, because I've joined the ranks of the disgusting, vile, Kamas dexterity build character group. Horrendous, cult because of I just wanted an easier lot in life, honestly. So I was just like, fuck this, bang. But yes, if I didn't have the Kamas and didn't have a somewhat comparable dexterity build where I could just fucking dunk on people real fast in the TDM and attain money, then I would probably be being my very how do you say it, cheap, very cheap self. but we've reached that height, so we're kind of cooking with gasoline at this point, which is a term Casper loves to pieces, but still. I like it so much. It's just it gets across my emotions very quickly. Okay, very bad for you, death sentence, but you know, you get it. You get it. I understand it annoys me too. Lock on, thank good. Together, brothers, sharing our hatred. Kazza says, I tried to fight Crowley on the 100th floor with beasts. I wanted to be a Pokemon trainer, but my Rattata deserted me, and my Bulbasaur just hid the whole time. So your rat. So you threw a rat at him, and Bulbasaur. What the fuck would a Bulbasaur? Or would that be a frog? I don't know. What's happening? I'm gonna pass out. You give me anxiety. BT, what's good? How is your night going, BT? What kind of magic is happening in Destiny? By the way, I've seen it from afar. It's some sort of what's it called? The Titan that was to beat all Titans. How did that pan out? Did it go bad like it did with Osiris, or did it make in the DLC for Destiny? Did they also buff up Osiris in the same sense that they're introducing this new badass? I could see them trying to do that. Try to be like, a lot of people didn't really feel like Osiris had some teeth like he should have because of lore reasons. So in this same DLC, we're jacking him up a little bit, giving him some teeth, or showcasing his power more. Some craziness as well. Jesus Christ, man, that's weird. I shouldn't have went down all the way. No, I should have. Yeah, we did it. Sorry, I was looking at Wolfbuster's emote, and I just looking at the eyes of his emote. Just do it with me right now. Look at the emote of the weird bearded man, and just look into his eyes, and tell me you don't start to like weirdly get trans and pulled into this weird blank expression. Jeez, it's nightmarish, but also amazing. Turtle, Squirtle, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. Turtles in the game would be. Got it. So, I think you said it went bad, so never mind. I was gonna ask, how'd it go? Female Mike says, hi. Hello, female Mike. Fucking badass name. Also, hi. Hopefully your night's been nothing but lovely, or morning, or maybe it's the middle of the day, or maybe you haven't seen the sun in ages. In that case, hi. Hopefully life has been lovely for you. Guys, we are pinging between coffee and tea / matcha. Which is maybe a sin for some of you, but what can I say? It's great. All right, that the matcha's keeping me relaxed. The coffee's keeping me real fucking up there right now with energy. It's feeling great. Just it's so good. Also, what's up good with good Carthage fucking shit? You guys' names are like both just constantly at odds with me. Don't change them. I love your names, but I'm just saying. It's one of those things where it's happened so many times where I'm like, I just fucking, like, it's sad the amount of stumbling that happens, but what, you accept me how I am. I just brought a bunch of beasts with me and threw them at him. It didn't work. Well, it might have worked if you play Gato, right? Remember that shit? Gato eats mushrooms rarely, or almost like it's pointless, but yeah. Also, very cute little, is that a cat or a what is it called? It's like a very cute creature that is metal as fuck. Oh, what is it? A guinea pig. A guinea pig will like eat its own young. Is that what that is? Peeking over the corner? Kind of looks a little bit cattish, but I'm not sure. Regardless, hi. Hi. Also, guys, the chat is not desynced. I just want to read. I don't want to leave anyone behind, so I'm reading the top of the chat. Sorry. And the yo-yo doesn't ever take an element, ever, even at +5 or whatever. Or like grade 6, whatever it would be. Its final form. Yeah, I think crabs are better than lobster. Lobsters have like a lot of, on what it was, shrimp. Shrimp, they have like right below the tail. It's like mushy, and I know what it is, but I don't want to talk about it. It's disgusting. But regardless, I feel like there's a lot more of that like gunk crap in that. Also, I always like to mention this fact, and at this point probably everybody knows. But do you know, lobster back in the day were considered to be like the rats of the sea, so they wouldn't even feed them to inmates because they were that vile. This is one of those fun facts that it could be complete bullshit, but I believe it. At this point, I'm bought in. Oh, I'm gonna think I'm like a flat earther or some sort of crazy conspiracy guy. No, please, please. Mrs. Spider says G Fuel. Ooh, you having G Fuel? Just be careful with that. Drink some water. Guys, daily reminder, stay hydrated right now. Everyone drink some water. Do whatever you want, actually. Don't listen to me. Anyway. Weber Cow says, by the way, you misread my name. Yeah, I'm doing a lot. If you want to break it down for me in like bits, the best way to pronounce it, I will do my best, although I probably will mess it up because of dyslexia and all these horrible things. Anyway, Jasmine says, pink, but my name is pretty pink. Yeah, it's my brain. I've never was tested for the whole dyslexia thing, although when I describe it to people, it says, oh, that's that. And I'm like, okay, well, let's not limit. Let's not make excuses for why I'm awful at reading. Let's keep trying to improve. And yes. Casper the Fox. Yeah, no, it's not even that. You guys, it just starts with C. Again, my brain. You guys. Oh, God. You guys are like, but it shouldn't do that. Like, your brain should be able to see the difference. And I'm like, yeah, it should do a lot of things, okay? I should be probably less happy in general, but I'm just kind of a jolly person, so that's benefits to the weird brain conundrum as well. That's a lot of damn. Honestly, they don't have that many decals that are tied to element, right? That'd be pretty dope if you could become if there was a decal that actually like jacked up fire damage in a big way to where like it actually changed the animation / like the firepower. So if you used the death burner iron instead of it just being a pretty substantial flame, which is pretty great, instead it was just like it had 3 times the distance because you had more and more fire damage. That'd be neat. Mr. Spider says, what's better than crabs? Actual fish. I'm a salmon person, honestly. But with that being said, apparently we all got to be careful about eating seafood because it has shit tons of mercury and shit in it. So yeah, it's like a no-no. Yeah, that's bad. Don't do that. Mercury is like one of the most poisonous things to human beings, apparently. Apparently, it's less likely in like trash ass like rats of the sea, basically, like clams. Apparently, or oysters or something like that. It's less likely to have mercury in it, or yeah, because I think that was one of the problems for people who were trying to be pescatarian. I believe it's what it's called, but it's like you only eat non-intelligent life or something like that. I'm not sure. It's one of those weird ones. Do you? I'm not trying to like degrade your thing, but yeah, yeah. What do you call it? It's mercury poisoning is a big no-no, and that was what a lot of people were finding with that diet type of only really allowing yourself to eat. Sorry, only allowing yourself to eat a certain kind of food or fish, basically, because of the mercury and whatnot. Why did you lock onto that one? There we go. And this? I think I melted both of these, right? But I didn't pick them up. Yeah, I think I messed up. No, that should be... Did I pick this one up as well? Probably. My brain I just like wiped my memory immediately. Oh no, Carter just said something at me. Shit. The chat, I need to crit with me, so I request that you go find and listen to a song called Senpai by Suki. I think I've heard it before, because someone uploaded it in the memes tab. It was right around the era when I didn't know what uwu was, and y'all just lit me the fuck up. I was like, oh, our Discord got just trampled by this whole thing. Yeah, I think I did see it. It's pretty catchy. It's nice. It is like the anthem for degenerates for sure, but doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it. Swee says this much is the cap. Okay, I'm so sorry. I lost your comment. Forgive me. Forgive me. Hooray, I'm blue. Everyone's comment is salmon a week is fine. Yeah, it's definitely not like the worst. I'm just talking about people who are like doing the specific kind of diet, which were like, I can't hurt animals, or I can only hurt fish, so fuck fish. And then turns out if you eat fish every day, it's a lot. It's a bad deal. But yeah, if you pace yourself, I'm sure it's good. I'm sure that's the thing with everything, is that you're not supposed to just have one thing, right? Your body will just get comfortable with that. You're supposed to keep your body kind of offset a little bit so it can have chances to kind of stabilize itself and keep itself smart about how to handle things, right? Health is a mess, though. Like, health is a weird one because there's always reasons for why people are full of shit as well. Because, sometimes, like, certain studies are being applied or like paid for by meat companies or by vegetarian companies as well. Yeah, just a bunch of shit. So it's like, God, it's just a mess. Casper says, ooh, I don't like it. Please don't. Oh, we got a gold thing. Change subject. Nice. Nice. Why would someone ban your ability for you to color your text? Maybe because of the whole they'll black out the name and you have to highlight it in order to see it, like that invisible ink thing. Did anyone else do that? Anyone else like have those weird things as a child that you look back on? You're like, I was a psychopath. Like some people go through like a detective phase where they like for Christmas your parents get you like a bunch of like a box full of trash. It's like invisible ink, but it's like the smallest pen you could possibly think of. For me, and this is weird because it stayed with me. But I went through a phase when I was like 6, I want to say, where I fucking loved ninjas so much. I just thought they were the coolest thing on the planet. And I remember like a deadly combination for a child is basically, holy shit. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Luca just rated us with a party of 10. Luca, I don't deserve you. I appreciate you, and I love you. You're too much, but thank you. Also, everyone who stopped by for Luca's stream, thank you. I'm no good. I'm not worthy of all of you, but I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Regardless, I'll try to stay on track for what we were talking about as well. What do you call it? When I was a youngin', I absolutely loved ninjas, and I had basically my parents were like entrepreneurs, so they were trying to build up this business, which they did later in life, which was nice. But essentially, it had me basically going to my parents' work, and they created like a tiny, like a place above where they worked for their kids to kind of just operate and just hang out. But there was nothing to do there but watch movies, and we only had like 3 VHS tapes. So basically, boredom was at an all-time high. Now, what basically went down is I loved ninjas so much that I wanted to this is so cringy, I hate it. I hate me. But I basically got to the point where because I got home from school and there was nothing to do besides watch these VHSs that I watched 1,000 times, that I literally sat there every single day and just got really good about quieting my footsteps, to be like silent. Fast forward to now when like the interest in ninjas was peaked and then died immediately. But to this day, I still always get the drop on people because I can't learn that muscle memory, because I was just so bored and every day I would do it. So the amount of times that I people go like, oh fuck, you scared the shit out of me, is always because I make no sound when I move. It's a real weird assassin ability that came from boredom as a child. Also, for those guys who are stopping by as well, we are currently just grinding the stupid, painful, annoying shroom quest because we're trying to get the yo-yo blueprint. So we are platinum in TDM, platinum 2, as to get the most gold bags, as well as we're grinding to get 10 gold bags from collecting mushrooms. So yeah, that is the goal here. Wacky Potato, hello. You say Luca's raid. Thank you so much. Again, I appreciate this. Appreciate everyone stopping on by. Yes, hopefully you guys enjoyed Luca's stream, which Luca makes me hate myself sometimes, as well as 90% of all of you who post things, because they're always like, I just came back from a floor 200 run, dudes, and I'm just like, I'm just hanging out at the start, but do you, man? I'm just like, I hate me. But that being said, though, it doesn't take a lot to entertain me, so I'm just happily at the beginning. Now, doesn't Luca have the fucking the Reaper armor set? Which, that's some shit, man. I remember when I first seen that, when they first like showed that. I think Darker was one of the people that also, at least the person that I seen on YouTube, get it first. And hot damn, is that? Yeah, I remember seeing the cost of everything to level that up, and I was like, so this is content that I will never have. I've just come to terms with that right now. Superhero says, hi, how is your day going? It's been lovely. Thank you so much, Superhero, for asking. I'm about to go exercise my ass off because I want to make a video about this. Again, I kind of talked you guys' ear off about it, but basically I came to find out the kettlebell swings can basically jack up your heart rate, just an exercise. But that in combination with skipping, which apparently skipping is 2 times better than running. So I'm hoping that in itself could be a fun little video, but like, by the way, these two things can get you sweating like crazy and burning off a ton of calories if you are trying to lose weight. And I might be like, real grin, why the hell are you making this video? Because someone in our Discord over at the Let It or the Workout tab asked me what the best way to burn off stomach fat was, which is a whole convoluted conversation in general, because you can't specifically burn aspects of fat on you, but that's not to say that you shouldn't lose hope, because every time you burn off fat, it could be in a place that you want. So it's kind of like a trial and error kind of thing until you get the right roll, I guess, of your body, which is kind of weird. But you can do things, there are like exercises like rowing and kettlebell swings, as well as skipping, that promote stabilization muscles like your stomach. So if you do want to have like a bigger like abs to a certain degree, exercises that would promote any sort of activation of a muscle that you want is going to be better than something that's not. So yeah. Lucas says, I'm sorry I didn't join yesterday, but I was busy. I hope you are doing great. I actually didn't hear a lot because I muted the window and didn't realize it until later. First of all, Luca, you don't have to apologize. I appreciate you when you pop in here in the slightest time. You're always helpful and giving hella advice, and I appreciate that greatly. Second thing, I was just basically saying that, which is something that I 110% believe, especially after we rated Uberlux last stream, which what do you call it? Basically, people were like, Grin's okay, or Grin's a nice guy and all that stuff, and I was just like, listen, guys, don't do this to me. All right, I like, I don't know, that whole thing to me is a weird thing. But basically, all you missed, Luca, is me saying I don't deserve it. I don't deserve you guys, which is true, because I'm just a little old Canadian in buttfuck nowhere. Okay, so the fact that anyone gives me the time of the day and hangs out with me on the weeks like this is just too kind and lovely, and I appreciate you guys thoroughly for doing so. So yes, that is basically what I said. Casper says, I just pirate things. I mean, hey, do what you gotta do. I think that's the thing that I think most people kind of would be okay with, even people who like have products, is pirating is just a necessity for people to experience something. But when you do get to a place financially where you can support things, you absolutely should. But until you get to there, I don't think anyone's going to be like, you're a monster for doing something. Like, for instance, I know a lot of people like pirate Game of Thrones or worse, pirate anime. But one that, especially with the anime thing, I would highly suggest if you do pirate a ton of anime, if you do really like a show, like for me it's Blood Blockade, Battlefront, Assassination Classroom, and all those shows. If you really like a show, consider buying like the Blu-ray DVD of it, because that will incentivize a sequel or more shows like it. So it's like that's the part where like pirating goes like it eats itself almost, is for people who are like, oh, I really enjoyed that show, and it's like, oh yeah, but I pirated it, and it's like, okay, well then that doesn't exactly give you incentive to make a sequel to that. So you should try to invest in the things you enjoy. And I think that's the whole argument a lot I heard with ad block and stuff like that, where people are like, I don't want to just like if I like this enough, I'll support it. I also think people forget to support it conveniently as well, which I'm probably, again, when I was a kid, I'm definitely, I did that a lot. Whereas now I do my best to support things when I can for things I really do enjoy, which is, yeah. I mean, again, it'd be nice to be like, I make a fucking decent living. I can support everything I enjoy. That way I can constantly keep hopefully having a better chance of getting it. But not a lot of us are in that position, unfortunately. So yeah, like that's the fear that I'm 100% okay with. Where like they were talking about that, where like Xbox seems like they're going in that direction, or Microsoft, where they're like, you pay for this monthly subscription, you get all of our games, basically, almost everything. I think that's a genius idea, and apparently it's actually really good because it gives stability, for people, for like companies. So like if you're a developer, you're like, okay, well this is the base amount that we're going to be making, so that can support our team for 2 years, so that we can produce something, rather than hopefully coming up with a new IP only for it to just to not sell well because it's a new idea, that kind of stuff. So to me, in terms of gaming, I think it's a brilliant idea of like, hey, remember all these games? You can just spend $10 a month and play whatever you want. And if you want to be like a super, not stingy, but like money conscious person, you can just pay for the 1 month, share that game, play all their games for 1 month, and then stop, right? So like there's ways you could do it. I feel like that's an interesting consumer thing, because the whole subscription model is preying off of people who forget to cancel their subscriptions and stuff like that. So if you're just one of those people that like knows how that works, you can cut the cord and get all the benefits, hopefully. Then again, sometimes they auto renewal for you and it's a nightmare. Also, I sure went up one more. Mrs. Spider says Grin is the nicest, most kind of. All right. Let's chill out, Mr. Spider. I don't deserve any of that. I appreciate you. Very sweet and kind. If I read it, I'll feel too many good emotions. AJ says, I did the 1,000 Screamers, 500 Mushrooms, and 500 Beasts in the first week available. AJ, Christ, do you have that, like, spindle thing from Harry Potter that allows Hermione to, like, bend time to her will that conveniently just went away by the 4th movie or whatever? Yeah. You. Craziness. Because that's the thing. I'm not sure how you speed up this process, AJ. So it's just like a slow grind the whole way through. Mrs. Spider says, can I send you a pic of a cute baby crab in the Discord eating a chicken? You absolutely can. But just make sure to at me. I think it was someone added me something yesterday and I haven't looked at it yet. AJ says, I ate everything. You just went to town? Oh, right, yeah. I think what K-Federation was telling me about that too. That you can... if you eat, it's theoretically faster, but I don't know if it's by that much of a margin. I think it'd be faster, but not that much faster. Then again, I assume after your 5th run, you're like, just anything that speeds us up would be some sort of game. Yeah. We don't need to dwell on it. It's a weird bit of business. I always feel strange when people ask for things. I mean, I don't know. Some people are fucking amazing and they deserve it, but I also feel like the people that are that don't do that, you know? It's kind of like one of those contradictive things where, like, yeah, it just seems weird. With that being said, though, like, unless someone's in dire need, that's one thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing for me. Like the whole prospect of like I deserve this comes from like a place of such like disregard for other people's suffering and like work. That's one of the things that makes YouTube for me kind of fine. Like, and not even that, but like amazing. Like the fact that I do have this audience and these lovely people around me is so fucking fantastic. But the whole idea that there could be a person like me, and that was me, dude. I've been on this platform or YouTube release for like 6 or some years. And those first 3 or 4, I had no one, nothing. So there's a kid just like, or a man at this point, just like me, who's trying his hardest and getting nothing. So for someone to say that I deserve this is just steeped in arrogance to me. So that's the whole context I got from that. And yeah, it's a weird bit of business. Then again, you should never, like, to help people is not a bad thing. It's just, to me, there's a fine line when it comes to people asking for things, you know? Like, I'm a person that's most of the time willing to help, but stuff like that makes me not want to help, you know? Maybe I'm a bad person, maybe. I don't know. I'm fine with that if that's the case. I'd probably do 80. I would say that's accomplishable. But I will say, Luca and Casper, there is kind of a message for you in the next Let It Die part where we're just testing out the saber. I referred to people. I referred to people on me to climb higher in the tower, and I was just like, get off me, basically. So please know that it was all in and good fun. It wasn't actually me being like, ugh, you guys. This is Lucas says, if you allow me one moment of reflection, I personally think that one of the greatest things I see in your videos, always so sweet, and streams, besides the fun, is that you are not begging people to follow you or spreading your channel around like you really need it. But you just enjoy everyone's company and have it. Luca, you're very sweet. You're gonna make me feel weird. Thank you. I appreciate you. My heart. I appreciate that greatly. Although I feel awkward in those moments. Luca, I've talked about this in like Let's Talks, but like that's one of the weirder things for me personally is like I do my best to do like the creator thing. Like, for the longest time, I dedicated, especially when I was younger, I dedicated so much, any spare time that I dedicated to learning at, like, lynda.com how to edit things. So I spent, like, as a what is that, I was like a 13-year-old maybe? I was just spending time reading about how to edit because I love YouTube videos so much and I wanted to do it. So I spent so much time learning how to edit. And then I realized no matter how good I edit, I can't get past the fact that I'm like an introverted, quiet kid. So I have to do my best to try to be entertaining and fun, and that kind of thing. So then I did my best to do that for many years, which took a long time, trying to craft a personality out of a kid who just didn't have one, more or less. But then I come to find out that, like, okay, I finally am like enjoying the videos I'm making. And then there's this other aspect that some people just fucking dig in, and they're so good at it. And one of these people is called Mike Atrocity. He's like a fellow YouTuber that I think is fantastic. But they do the whole like social media thing really well. They do the whole like promoting their own stuff really well. And for me, I just maybe it's fucking stupid to have this thought process, but like to me, and this is probably arrogant to say, but to me, I find I have like the heart of an artist almost, because I care. Like the only thing I want to do is make something better. I have no interest in making people see it more. But in order to be a successful artist, you need to make money. So you need to have some sort of intrigue to make people see it. So for me, I think it was like last year I came to the conclusion where I'm like, I may never be successful on YouTube because I just don't have that. I don't have that ability to like want to scream from the rooftops to say, look at me. So for me, I hope people aren't feeling sad by this. For me, I seen a different perception on it. I said, okay, well, I love this. I love interacting with people, having a community, just having people like all of you in my life. So for me, I said, okay, well then what should we be building for? And the thing that I'm banking on is I want to get to a place in life where I'm stable so that I can keep doing this. But that also means I have to find a job that pays enough to where I can survive and have time to do this, which is a thing in itself. And I haven't quite nailed that down, but I'm going to do my best this year to try to find that path. The other alternative that I've considered is just partnering with somebody, like making videos together with somebody who is better at that kind of stuff. Like I haven't talked to Mike about this at all, but like if I were the guy who came up with ideas and edited and helped form those ideas, and then I had another person that was like your YouTube partner person, who did all like the social media stuff, the person that like, because that's stuff that you need to do, unfortunately, you know. Like that's one of those things that absolutely pays off. Like, what do you call it? One of the things that I thought about, and I thought, man, like if you did have the courage and or just the heart, and I say that because again, the minute that I try to do any of these things, like I spend an hour on tags, tagging a video, I feel my heart just sink for how pointless this is, you know. And I know that's not right, because it does matter, because more people see it and that can help more people and all that stuff. But a person that can be like, hey, I just made a guide, like a YouTube guide, boom, and then that person says, hey, I want people to see this guide. I'm going to go to Reddit, spend some time on maybe some tabs about people who are having trouble with Let It Die, and post my video link in that Reddit. Just because I think it will help people. And yeah, I'll get a couple people shit posting and saying, you shouldn't do that here, you're trash, don't do that, self-promotion, I hate it, all that stuff. But there's also a pretty good chance that people will see it and be like, hey, that helped me a lot, and I want to go pay it forward and subscribe to you, or maybe even just stop by your stream and say thanks, whatever it may be. I don't have that heart. I don't have that ability and the want to do that. So if you are, like, again, that's the other thing, is either I gotta choose this path or find someone who is okay with doing that. And I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, I haven't talked to Mike in a long time, and Mike is going through college and shit, so I don't know if he'd be the person that would want to do that kind of stuff either. But yeah, it's just, that's like deep mental shit that I just went through with you guys. Hopefully, guys, it didn't come out a bad way. Casper says, I have a weighted blanket. Yeah, I heard about those. Aren't they like heavy as shit? I feel like that would be pretty bad, because like when you sleep, aren't your feet like this? So wouldn't that just put a lot of feet on, like your foot does this, right? Like it can't go all the way back, or if it does, you have to strain your foot. So wouldn't that fuck your foot up a little bit? So they can't run away from me, Mother of God. Okay. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's gonna wrap up the stream. Carla says, I took part in a sun tanning Olympics this week. I only got bronze. Okay. All right. Casper. Oh. Well, but there's a thing. People complain about creators reminding folks to do this, this, and then And then, but it turns out a lot of people need to hear. Yeah, it's true. That's that's one of the things I've heard too. Like a lot of people say they hate the whole like outro, like, favorite, subscribe kind of thing, but then other people are like, it reminds me to do it. So yeah. I don't know. Again, like I'm just starting to get into like the whole. For those guys who have liked the video, I appreciate you, and that even still feels weird and like kind of forced sometimes. Uber links. Oh my God, it's so good to see you. I was, what do you call it, creeping in the chats when we did radio, and I was eavesdropping. You're very sweet, very kind. All your words, I appreciate them kindly. Saying that I do a decent job at YouTube. You're too kind. I do a minuscule job. I do the best I can, but it's not quite on point. We just had a whole discussion about that. Anyways, Uberlux says, "What did the fox say?" Is this like that song, which was just a nightmare, where it was like. Just I hate me just by trying. You should never play poker on the plains of Africa. There's too many cheetahs. Oh, see, the louder you get, the more you have to commit. And then my hesitation just falls apart, and it works out a little bit. Catherine says, "Have you heard a cheetah meow? So heckin' adorable." No pun there, just a very cute thing. Okay, got it. Was waiting for a pun, got nothing. All right, left disappointed. This is Lucas says, "Are you in Diamond Grin?" I am not, Luca, but I'm also on PC, so I don't think you could help me. Although I do appreciate you so much for even having the thought. Regardless, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to go ahead and end it. I am going to go do a shit ton of cardio at 7:30 p.m. at night. Go team, go team, love it. What do you call it? Kyler says, when you have a bladder infection, urine troubles? Oh, you're in trouble. That was one of your best, Carthage. A grade stuff. A grade stuff.